Hi everyone, I am back with another art journal tutorial. Now, most of these tutorials had already been shot, it was I being a lazy me was unable to kind of sit and edit them. So now I have been trying to, edit them and get them ready for you also. Hopefully, you'll see a lot of these in upcoming days. So for today's page, I wanted to make something which is very shiny. So that was a kind of challenge that I gave myself for this particular art journal page. Now, for those of you who have already seen my previous pages, I'm more comfortable with monochromes, browns, vintage journal layouts. So it was a fun challenge and personally one of my favorite page till date in this art journal layout. So, please stay through with me. And to start off with, the easiest, like I wanted to go with a lot of contrast. So, what I did was I knew that I wanted to use a lot of foil and shiny things on top of it. So, initially, I started to cover my page with a lot of black gesso, just so this was to kind of prime my base, and secondary to create the contrast. So for that, I'm using some of the charcoal or black CrafTangles gesso, and as you can see, it's pretty potent. I'm just, directly using it from a bottle and applying the same. Now, what I'm doing here is another fun take. So what I'm doing is actually I have taken some foil magic. So this is a foil based adhesive which you can use, which I'll be showing you in the later part of this video to actually create the foiled effect. But I am kind of adding some gold mica powder. Now this is one of the CrafTangles resin pigment powders, and here I have kind of made my own gold paint because as I said, in this particular one I wanted to kind of create contrast and play with a lot of bright foiled colors. So my idea was to use this particular yellow accent on the cloud die cut piece. So this is the yellow gold mica along with the foil magic, and then whatever was left over, since once this dries it will be of a waste, I'm just putting it in a later page so that I can use out on a diary layout later on, so nothing goes to waste. So you can see how shiny it looks, but that was the idea. So normally I do this a lot of time, especially with my acrylics, because acrylics once dry, they go to waste. So whatever is left over, I kind of put them in a later on pages, and then, I can use them. And if I don't like them, I can obviously, cover them with white gesso. So now here is one of my favorite circuit stencil, and I wanted to try foiling with a very fine stencil just to show you how beautifully the foiling comes out. So I have used one of the most intricate stencil that I could find, and I am kind of creating a pattern. So what I'm using is, this is CrafTangles Foil Magic. Now this works beautifully with a laminator and the foil magic glue through stencil and the foils that I have already done in one of my foil tutorial that you can see later on. I'll try and link that down in the description. But here I was trying out, how if somebody does not have a laminator, or like in this case the diary could not be passed through a laminator. So what do I do? So here I was trying to, put pressure through a brayer and just checking if the foil is getting transferred. But what I saw was that I had to put in a lot of pressure, and still the amount of transfer that was happening was not a lot. So then I thought what I could do. So here a kind of idea came. So what I did was I took the same foil. Now this is CrafTangles reactive foil, which is pink in color. These are primarily meant to be used with laminators and foil magic through laminators. But here I was, as I said, trying out a new technique. So what I did was I took pieces of foil and I stuck them on the top of the stenciling using a brayer, and then I kept them. So this was at night when I kept it on the table and I let it dry. I let the foil magic dry on top of the foil. And the next morning, I decided to come back to the studio and see whether, it actually got stuck on top of the foil part area or not. So here you can see again, it's not sticking, and I was just trying to stick everything using a brayer. Now this is me after around 12 hours, and here you can see as soon as I peel the foil, wherever I had kind of, braid the areas, and wherever there was foil magic, the foil has stuck to it. So, and once I'll tilt the page so you can see how shiny this looks, because I know sometimes on the camera it is difficult to see the foil. Now, for the accents on the page, right, I wanted to use the same thing repetitively. As I said, that kind of adds more to the page. So I do this trick a lot in my art journal. So I kind of created this scrap piece of like pink foiled strip, and that is where I kind of thought my girl to stick on top of a cloud, and then that cloud will have a pink lining. So this will kind of repeat my colors, and the only contrast that will be that gold cloud, which I wanted to pop because as I said, this particular one, the idea behind this particular art journal page was a lot of contrast and a lot of shiny colors. So, since there's a lot of techniques going on, so I played with foil, I played with a lot of vibrant colors. I did not want to do a lot of technique or a lot of layering on top of this page. Also, this is me showing you that whatever is the left part of the pink foil, you can always, stick that on top of the other page, like how I created that strip, and kind of make that circuit negative design and use it on one of your art journal page. I kind of scrapped it off, but of course you can use that. So as I was saying that for this particular layout, I kind of wanted to keep everything simple because I just wanted the whole technique of the foil through the stenciling to stand out on the top of my page. So that is what exactly I did. I kind of did not add a lot of layouts or a lot of layers to my art journal. And this was how I wanted my girl to sit. The girl is from a Tim Holtz Ideology paper doll collection. The cloud is a die cut from CrafTangles, which, as you saw, I kind of colored it with my own mica mix. And then I have the strip of pink foil. Now here I was trying out different die cuts. So I normally keep a lot of die cuts handy so that whenever, I'm making a layout, I can kind of just use them. So here I was kind of playing with different things, and this is where actually you can see where the magic happens. I normally edit out a lot of this part, but here I thought I'll keep them just to show you that lot of things goes, and I try placing them in different areas to see how it looks, and then once I'm happy, I'll stick things on top of it. So for this particular one, again, I kind of decided I'll play with a bit of yellow shades just to kind of repeat them, since pink I was repeating. So I decided to use this particular die cut piece. So this is CrafTangles Ornate die. Again, whatever products I'm talking about, all of them will be linked below. But these were already die cut and ready for me from a gold mirror cardstock. And I kind of cut them and just use them as an accent. So they kind of act like a brocade kind of a look they are giving it into the corners. So I just added it randomly, honestly, to the places I decided I like them on my journal page. Again, for this particular one, I kind of did not use a lot of thought process behind it. All I did was, if you see logically, I created a corner. So it is like a visual triangle that I created. So my girl is on the right. At the top corner is one of the die cut pieces with one of the sentiment, and on the left is another die cut with the sentiment, right? So it's kind of a visual triangle that I created, and that's it. I kind of decided I don't want to add anything more. And the sentiment is, this one is one of my favorite. It's a snarky sentiment that I used, and I'm really happy with how this particular one turned out. I leave you as always with a lot of close up so you can see all that beautiful textures coming out. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like and comment, and do consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you soon with another project. Till then, guys, take care. Bye bye.